In Letter 4 of The Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis, Screwtape, a senior demon, critiques the amateurish attempt by his nephew Wormwood, a junior tempter, to subvert the human patient's efforts to pray. Screwtape emphasizes the importance of hindering the human's communication with God, referred to as the enemy, and offers strategic advice on how to do so effectively. He identifies Wormwood's failure to prevent the patient from praying not as a fault of his own guidance, but rather Wormwood's inherent shortcomings in executing the plan. Screwtape's main goal is to discourage genuine prayer, encouraging instead superficial or misdirected practices. Screwtape suggests that the patient be kept from praying authentically by associating prayer with mindless recitations learned in childhood, rather than as a heartfelt commune with God. He believes that if the patient adopts a vague sense of tranquility and love, mistakenly identifying these feelings as the essence of prayer, he might abandon the act of praying altogether. Screwtape proposes that an effective method to sabotage the patient's prayers is to shift his focus from God to himself. He instructs Wormwood to encourage the patient to internally generate feelings of charity or forgiveness, thereby redirecting his attention away from God and towards his own emotional state. Screwtape argues that when the patient seeks forgiveness through prayer, he should be made to strive for a personal sensation of being forgiven instead of genuinely seeking God's absolution. Screwtape further explains that humans, being imperfect spiritual beings that straddle the divine and the animalistic, perceive God differently than demons do. Unlike demons, humans cannot directly visualize God, and thus often pray to physical objects that serve as conduits to the divine, such as crucifixes or altars. Screwtape advises Wormwood to exploit this by ensuring the patient continues to direct his prayers towards these objects, rather than to God himself. This tactic is meant to sustain a disconnect between the patient and genuine spiritual engagement. The letter concludes with Screwtape reassuring Wormwood, suggesting that humans are naturally less inclined towards prayer than they believe themselves to be. This assertion is intended to bolster Wormwood's efforts by implying that the temptation away from true prayer aligns with a predisposition already present within the patient. Through these manipulations, Screwtape aims to stifle the patient's spiritual growth and diminish his connection with the divine. This letter, like those preceding and following it, serves as an exposition on the subtle machinations employed by demonic forces to derail human souls from their path to God, underlining the nuanced battle between good and evil engaged at the level of everyday human experiences. Thanks for watching this Bookly Crash Course video. Make sure to check out my channel for the complete chapter-by-chapter summary playlist.